Hello and welcome to a reading vlog. Hopefully a fun reading vlog. I basically am gonna film my reading this week. It's just gonna be a general weekly reading vlog. I realised it's been quite a long time since I did a just standard reading vlog with like no gimmick. I really love the vlogs that are only with a gimmick. I read like 24 hours or a colour wheel or a specific genre or a specific series or whatever. Like I do really like them, but I think it's a bit less pressure when there's no gimmick. Like currently I have no plan of what to read except for like I'm in the middle of this book and in the middle of like 2 other books and I don't know what I'll be reading. But I guess when I say there's no gimmick, that's not entirely true. This is not going to be my standard week because on Saturday, my old trusty laptop died a sad death and this no longer works, so I can't really work this week or do anything laptop based, which is normally like 70 to 80% of what I do is on the laptop. I am lucky that me and Jay share an office, so that's Jay's desk behind, and he is in his like work office on a Monday and a Wednesday, so I'm hoping I can edit a video on his computer today, and then maybe if I need to use it on Wednesday I can. I don't love his computer, obviously like everyone sets their own computer up to have their own preferences, and Jay is a geeky guy and I struggle on his computer. It's a bit too geek for me. A lot of the things aren't as intuitive as I would personally like them, but yeah, I can use that, so it's not like I can't use any computer at all, but basically like I can use it to edit and I can log into a few of my things, but like realistically I can't properly use it. So yeah, I have decided I think that I'm going to use this week to kind of like figure out the house. I cleaned the majority of the house last week. It is hardly ever that the entire cleaning list gets done in a week, but last week I started the list here. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things left to do, and they were all quite like, you know, not every week things. Like mop the kitchen and mop the bathroom, that's like every other week, maybe every 3 weeks. Dust cobwebs, I haven't done that since November. I've just noticed they're back again, so like that's, you know, not done very often. And then clean shower and clean the bath, that's not even normally my job, just Jay couldn't do any cleaning last week, so I was going to clean the shower and the bath, but I didn't get around to it. And then clean the oven, clean the hob. I mean, that was done last week, but then I made a cake, so it's a mess again. So yeah, most of these aren't jobs that's like super important we've done last week, honestly, except for the mopping and the cobwebbing. I'm kind of okay that the rest didn't get done. I would have liked to have mopped and cobwebbed because they're like visual, could have been being done last week. The rest still look fine. So yeah, basically the house is alright. As long as I polish and hoover this week, the house should stay looking alright. Like I shouldn't have to do anything else. So I figured I could like deep declutter and deep clean the house whilst I can't use a laptop. I think today, it is the first Monday of February. It's actually February 3rd, but it is the first Monday. I definitely want to record my January wrap up and edit my January wrap up whilst I've got access to that computer, because that needs to go up on Wednesday. So those need doing. And then update my reading journal. I was just pretty crap updating it through January, so I did finish a book this weekend and that went into February, and I wrote that down straight away, wrote my thoughts down straight away. But in January I think there's 6 or 7 book reviews that I just didn't write, and like some of them I've got on my phone and I just didn't transfer them, and some of them I haven't wrote anything for at all. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 book reviews that I haven't done. Yeah, that is the plan. If I manage to do more than that today, it is already like after midday now. I actually don't know the time. Do I have anything to tell the time up here? I guess my phone. Oh, I hadn't actually noticed it got that late. It is almost 1 PM, which that explains why the cat's in the window waiting for me. They want food. So yeah, I don't know if I'll get more than that done today, but if I do, I will start cleaning. I've got my desk drawers need decluttering, the office drawers that are behind me need decluttering. If I can completely declutter the office this week, I might even be able to do the final paint touch-ups. This office has been almost done for over a year now. In fact, it's probably been close to 2 years, because I think it was like 2 Februaries ago that it got to almost this point. I have added a few things since then, like things that should be like final touches. So it's probably been completely done at least a year, but like the painting was done 2 Februaries ago. So It's February now, that's like 2 years. Yeah, I think if I could do all the paint touch-ups, then I'd only have a banister left to do. That could be cool to get done as well. Then on top of that, there's just stuff all around the house that needs decluttering and deep cleaning. So that's kind of my plan for the week. I don't know how it'll go, honestly. Like, I really don't know, but that's what I'm thinking of doing. So I guess I should tell you what I'm reading. So I'm currently reading The End, Surviving the World Through Imagined Disasters. Now, I've only read the introduction of this so far, but I'm very excited from what I've read of the introduction. So yeah, we're about to start chapter 1, which is the pandemic disaster. Really excited. This is a non-fiction about what we can learn through these like fictional end of world scenarios. So very excited to give it a read, give it a go, and hopefully learn from it. So that sounds really cool, and already it told you what like books and movies it'd be pulling from to make sure you're okay. Like, you know, there could be spoilers, and some of these films I haven't thought about in ages. The Day After Tomorrow came out in 2004, and I can remember watching that, and like, that was an amazing film, and it's going to talk about it in chapter 2. Yeah, the only ones I'm worried about in this, Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, I do think I'd like to read. That's also spoke about in chapter 2. I'm hoping it's not properly spoiled, but I guess I won't really know, and I have decided I'm just gonna read it. Like, if it gets spoiled, it's not the end of the world. And then the other one is Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. I would really like to read that one as well, and I haven't yet, and that gets talked about in chapter 4. So yeah, really excited though. So that's what I've got going on. In terms of audiobooks, I did go through, and on Spotify I've got Winterkeep. This is a reread for me, so I don't actually have the book on me, but basically Sea Sparrow I've never read, and I'd like to, but I wanted to reread Winterkeep first because I think Sea Sparrow continues on straight from that point. And then also on Spotify is Abjure Eve Brown. Haven't started this yet, but this could be one that I read this week. This is the third and final book in the Brown Sisters trilogy. Then over on Everand, if I want another romance, then I've got Dating Dr. Dill over on Everand, so that's an option. And then I've also got on Everand The Baby Dragon Cafe, which I am part way through. I think I'm a bit further through than what this tab says. This says chapter 5. I think I'm slightly further through than that. But yeah, really enjoying this one so far. It's a cozy romance, cozy fantasy romance. The fantasy is very light, there's just dragons in this world, but I do think we will slowly start learning more about them. But it's just, we've got this one character, Saphira, who has a baby dragon cafe, and our other character, Aiden, who has a baby dragon and does not know how to control it and needs help. So yeah, really, really fun so far, just true cozy vibes. And then on Audible, one that I'm part way through, which I don't think I've picked up physically once, is Archangel's War. I'm not sure how far the way through I am with this, but I'd guess about 20%. I've only picked up the audio for it twice, so I'm not too far in, but I'm enjoying what I'm reading so far. Yeah, this one is one that follows my like least favourite couple. Like this series, the Guild Hunter series, frequently follow different couples, different people, and I'm just not the biggest fan of this one. So yeah, it's not quite as good as I'd like, but excited to give it a go and continue on with the series. Once I've read that one, we've got some really fun couples coming up. And then also on Audible, the one that I used my credit for this month is Born a Crime. This, I don't know if it's an Audible exclusive, but it's not on any of the other apps that I use, so I decided to use my credit for it. This is Trevor Noah's memoir. I've wanted to read this for a while. I actually purchased it well over a year ago now, and it's all about Trevor Noah's life from growing up, and I'm not sure how far it goes from that point, but it sounds really, really, really interesting. And essentially, when he was born, it was a crime. His mother was black and his father was white, and that was like, when he was born, that was a crime in South Africa. Yeah, stories from a South African childhood. So I think it's going to be really interesting, and honestly teach me a lot. Before picking this up, you know, like just over a year ago, I didn't even know that that was a thing in the past. So yeah, I'm very, very interested to learn more, honestly. Yeah, sounds really good. And then also the thing that's made me want to pick it up now is this has actually been mentioned a few times in other books that I've been reading. Most recently, Trevor Noah was mentioned in Sipping Dom Perignon Through a Straw, which is a memoir I read in January that I really enjoyed, and on Goodreads it was also one of the like, if you like this then you might like this books. So yeah, gonna give it a go. And I think that's it in terms of audiobook options, but I do also have this stack of books that I'd also like to get to this month. Obviously what I've shown you already, I'm not reading this week, but there is many options of books that I'd like to get to this month. So I guess we'll just wait and see. We will just wait and see where it takes us. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go because I've been talking for absolutely ages. Hopefully I can cut this introduction section down, but right now it's telling me 14 minutes and 12 seconds. So let's get on with our day. I will take you through this week, I will talk about what I read, and let's have fun. Battery's almost dead. It almost died whilst I was recording that video, but I'm now going to put all the books away that are all over the floor and listen to Winterkeep whilst I do that, and then it's editing time. I really hope I have more reading time today, but it's been surprisingly busy. Like, I didn't think I'd be able to do that much without the computer, but I don't know where today's gone. So yeah, let's read and put books away. was listening to Winterkeep late last night. I know I can't tell you how far the way through I am with it. I know I'm over 50% because that's where I was when I started listening last night. And I've run out of Spotify hours, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that one, to be honest. But I'm out, and because I'm out, I can't even see where I'm at, how far away through I am. It's just completely out. You need to buy more if you don't want to wait till they're top up next month. I think my plan today, my hair is a state. I've just got out of the shower and I haven't dried it yet. But I think my plan for today is actually, you're on top of it. I've got this non-fiction, which I am very happily working my way through. Hopefully I'll have more to say about this by the end of today. Hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, I'll finish it today. And then I've also brought downstairs with me 2 books that I've got the audiobooks for on Audible, which is Archangel's War and Born a Crime, which I think I'm probably going to pick up at Moments Right today as well. I don't really have a plan for today. I was going to start organising the office and going through and like decluttering and deep cleaning there, but Jay's got a lot on with work and he's working up there, so I'm actually thinking I might just read, relax, chill, and then maybe start in here. I'm in the living room at the moment. We've got a bookcase in here which is full of games, which I can definitely go through and organise a little bit better. I don't think we'll get rid of any games. There are a few that we haven't tried yet that have been gifts over the our birthdays and Christmas, so maybe I'll bring those to the front to make sure we try them and make sure we like them. But yeah, I mean, I really like all the games that we've got. We've got quite a lot there. It's very fun to have a games night here. There's always so many to choose from. And then we've got a unit that we kind of use as like a TV stand, but it's just a cabinet, and that's got 2 drawers and 2 cupboards, and they really need going through. I don't think much of it will like go, like I don't think I'll be able to declutter in terms of get rid of anything, but I do think it can be organised better. So yeah, we'll go through that as well. So I think that's the plan. Except for that, I don't think there's anything that needs organising in here. I mean, I can check that we haven't got like coats we don't need on the coat rack, and there's a couple of boxes by the shoes that are like gloves and hats and things, but again, I think it's all stuff that's just necessary. So I think I'll slowly throughout the day work through this room, making sure that everything that isn't needed in here is gone, and I think that'll be it. Honestly, I think that's it for today. I think a relaxing chill day is what I need, and then tomorrow when Jay's in the work office, I can get through everything I need to do on his computer, and I can do the office and just keep going. So yeah, that's the plan. Hi, it's the next day. I'm about to feed the cats. Oh my god, that little shed. Please move my spider plant. Basically, oh my god, there's water everywhere. Right, be right back. Okay, spider plant back in pot. Basically, at 6 AM this morning, I realised I'd spent all of yesterday, minus maybe 2 hours, playing Sims 4. So, yeah, didn't get anything done. Didn't get anything done. I was trying to relax, so like, I guess it worked, but I think it worked a little too good. So yeah, lots and lots to do today. I'm gonna feed the cats, feed myself, and then get going. Hi. It's a few hours later, and honestly I don't know what's going to happen with this video because it's kind of going to shit because I'm not ill. I think it's just a stomach bug, so I'm gonna, you know, I brought myself downstairs. I'm gonna try and relax. I'll still try and listen to my audiobook because like I don't know what else I'm gonna do, but yeah, not the best, not the best. Oh, yeah. Hopefully we can still get some stuff done. I'm thinking if I just give myself a couple of hours to relax, maybe the worst of it will pass, but we'll just have to wait and see. Currently in the bookcase. I'm feeling better today than I did yesterday. It's definitely passing, but I don't feel perfect. Jay's just popped out to get some Lucozade Sport to try and rehydrate me. I tried to have the proper like rehydration powder last night and it was so gross. I couldn't. I only had like 2 mouthfuls. So Jay's going out to get some Lucozade Sport to see if that'll help. But overall, I'm feeling okay. Jay's working from home today, so I can't edit the video that was meant to go out yesterday till tonight when he's finished work. So I'm trying to be productive and get stuff done. But obviously, like, I don't have the computer. I can't really check things. Everything I'm able to check is on my phone. And I can check my spreadsheets and stuff on my phone because, like, they're all on Google Sheets. But it's a bit of a pain. One thing I am halfway through doing is, you have to organising my TBR jar for the year. It hasn't come up on a TBR game yet, but I feel like it's only, you know, some amount of time and it will. And I'd also like to do some specific TBR jar videos this year. So last year I just printed them all out from Goodreads and like cut them up and stuck them in. But this year I wanted a way to know what genres they are. So basically, because I'm doing 50% non-fiction, or I'm trying my best to, I wanted, if I was doing a TBR jar video and I'd picked out 2 that were fiction and I've got time for 1 more book, I wanted to be able to like select the right colour, which I think is blue. No, what's non-fiction? Orange. Orange is non-fiction. So yeah, I think I'm going to continue doing this, but I've been recording bits and pieces of it to like set it up as like an intro to the video. I have wrote down what part I want to record, and I think the next part is just showing all of these in front of my face and then an over the top view of me cutting them up, and I think that will be it. Yeah, sat down and wrote every single book on the paper, colour coded them according to genre that's in front of my face, cut them out individually, folded them up. Yeah, okay, cool, let's go. I also can't remember if I mentioned, but I'm really close to finishing both The End and Archangel's War. So my other priority today is to just work through those. I think I'll probably put my headphones on and start listening to Archangel's War whilst I'm doing this, and then sit down in a bit and finish The End. So yeah, overall I'm hopeful about the day, but I'm not going to push myself too much. Right, so I'm going to come and check in properly in a minute. I plan on checking in about 10 minutes. I had a message this morning saying that my laptop was being delivered between 2:30 and 4:30. I was like, perfect. 2:30, I'll head downstairs, I'll sit in the living room, make sure I don't miss it, make sure I'm here, I can see out the window, can see the door. Okay? And then it's now 14:21, so 2:21. And I've got an update saying that our courier will arrive soon. It looks like they're around the corner, so I don't have time to update now. I've finished 2 books. I'm really excited about them. I've enjoyed them both. I think, honestly, I haven't actually decided on a star rating, but I think maybe 4 stars, maybe, I don't know. We'll come back in and check in a second, but yeah, essentially I have a lot to talk about. I've also selected the next 3 books I'm going to read and how I'm going to read them, so there's a lot going on, and I feel like I've been very productive, but I don't feel like I've picked up the camera at all, so we'll have a proper check-in in a moment. Hello, sorry if it's loud, the dehumidifier's on because Jay washed some towels and I think it kind of needs to be on. Normally I turn it off, but they're wet, so yeah. I finished these 2 books late last night, early this morning. I really enjoyed them both. I thought they were both really good. This one's going to get 4.5 stars. It was close to being a 5, but I just don't 100% feel like I got out of it everything I wanted to. It just kind of felt like a few times we're kind of starting to get into a topic and I was really starting to like think about it and understand it, and then we changed to a different topic, and I just think we needed slightly longer with each of the things that we were discussing, because for me in my brain I was still processing and thinking about them, and then we'd move on to something else. If it wasn't for that, it would be 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It spoke a lot about all of these, you know, different disaster movies, disaster books, sci-fi, climate fiction, pandemics, alien abduction. Like, it spoke about all of these different things in a really interesting way, and really showed like how these things can be interpreted and what they can really show and why people want to watch them. I will say something that shocked me is apparently for the author and many other people included, it was a massive thing that during the lockdowns to watch like pandemic movies and consume pandemic media to like I honestly I don't really understand why. Apparently it was to like process. I can remember, I think it was like late 2021, maybe even early 2022, I picked up Station 11, which is the first pandemic book I'd read, and like when I picked it up I was like, if I don't get along with this, that's okay, I can put it back and like pick it back up when I feel more prepared for it. Like, I didn't want to consume anything like that, so like having such a different perspective was very interesting. So yeah, did enjoy it. Then I also finished Archangel's War. I like this. I'm giving it 4 stars. Basically this one follows 2 characters who we follow through the majority of the books. They have more books than anyone else, and I just don't really like them as a couple, and a male main character, I don't think I really like him. The more I read about him, the more I just don't like him. Like, he seems very possessive, but not in a cute way anymore kind of thing, and it keeps getting worse and worse, and I'm not a fan, honestly. But I did really like the plot in this. The plot was really interesting. This is book, oh my gosh, I don't even know what book this is. 12 maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 11. And then the SD card ran out of storage. I swear at some point we'll get through this. Yeah, I think this is book like 10, 11, 12, something like that. And this one really felt like everything that we'd been building up to in terms of like the big bad, the what was going on that was negatively impacting the world, like it felt very concluded in this. I definitely understand how this continues because it feels like there's so much room and so much space for it to do other things, but the way in which this concluded I really enjoyed. So yeah, like I'm glad I read it. I've started writing a proper review, which honestly I'll probably just like pop up on screen or link down below, because I've been thinking about this one a lot, and on my keeps notes I've started writing a review, but I've kind of just put down my main points, and it's already a page and I haven't gone through and like wrote everything out. It's just my main points. So I think I'll complete like 2 sections and I want to do another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, it's gonna be big. I'm also realizing now how dark it is in here. Okay, look, I'm gonna get on with my day. I don't even know what time it is, honestly. I don't know where today's gone. Well, I do. The laptop arrived, which is very exciting. It wasn't meant to arrive till the 12th, and then this morning I woke up and it is arriving today, and it's the 7th, so very exciting. But there's definitely stuff I need to get on with. I need to tell you about the books I'm going to pick up next. I'm going to do that really quickly, and as I read them I will give you a synopsis of them. There we go, that's a bit better. We have Letter from Birmingham Jail. Turns out that there are recordings of this just on YouTube. They're like less than an hour long recordings of the book. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm definitely intrigued by it. Picked it up many years ago, wanted to read it. Then we have The Baby Dragon Cafe. This is available on Everand. I did actually start this a few months ago. I'm not sure on which book app, but it was one that required hours. I think it was one I was trying out. I haven't kept up with it. And I ran out of hours a little bit into it. So I believe, well, you can kind of see where the bookmark is. It's not very far in, maybe 20%. I think that's where I still am. I could have not moved it forwards, but before I deleted that app, I moved the Everand book to the correct space, so I will listen on from that point there. And then Audible, I used my credit this month to get Trevor Noah Born a Crime. This is like only available on Audible one, I believe. At least I couldn't find it on any of the other apps that I use. What else is it? What else? I don't know. My thought is just gone. That is way too late for me. I'm gonna move upstairs. I'm gonna get some shit done. Let's go. Let's do it. Hi. So I'm upstairs and I'm actually really stressed and I can't figure out why, because, well, I think it's probably because now the laptop's arrived I actually can do everything I need to do, and there's still stuff I want to do around the house that I haven't got to yet, but that's okay. All the stuff around the house is stuff that can be done at any time. It was just, I thought, okay, perfect, this week's gone to shit, I can do the stuff around the house, but it's okay, because I'm so stressed. One of the things that calms me down is crafting. So I'm going to start setting up my Archangel's War reading spread in my reading journal. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm just going to relax and I'm just going to do it slowly. And then after I've done that, I'm going to edit. I think Joe will probably be home by then. I've messaged him. I'm really hoping that he will sort out tea tonight. He hasn't seen the message yet, but we'll see. And yeah, I'm just going to relax. I'm going to try and relax. And then I'm going to edit. I ended up putting Jay's video that was meant to go out this weekend. I just moved to today, like earlier when I opened the laptop up. So obviously I haven't had my spreadsheets or anything in front of me, so I've just been using my phone. And like, I can use my spreadsheets on my phone, I just haven't been looking every day. That's already set up and ready to go. Just put it out and then you've got an extra day to get all your stuff together. So that's one thing that I've done to like lower the stress. So yeah. I don't know why I'm so stressed. I'm going to try and read as well, like whilst I do this. Basically, so I told you about the free books earlier. Those weren't going to be the free books. Like, I picked those out this morning. Last night, after I'd finished reading, I tried to read Dating Dr. Dill on, I think it was Everand, the audiobook for it. And I've got to the start of chapter 5, and like, our two main characters haven't even met yet. But I'm kind of hating it. And like, it's dual point of view, and it's got stuff going on in it. So like, technically it should work for me. It's just not. Like, I don't like either of them. I don't like either of their personalities, and I don't like either of their families. So yeah, I'm struggling. Like, I think they're meant to be, well, one of them's 30 and I think the other one's older, and they're just not acting like that at all. And I'm like, the whole like being 30 and wanting to find someone is the whole thing that's going to lead them to each other, I think. But oh my gosh, like, they could have picked something else that does this, because they're honestly, they're acting like they're about 20, or at least, like, we haven't seen much of the guy yet, but our main girlie is honestly acting like she's 20, and it was her 30th birthday, that's why we picked up. So yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I am going to give it another go. Maybe I'll try physically reading it, maybe that'll make it better. Like, to be fair, like, the audiobook was fine, so I don't know why physically reading it would make it better. I don't know. I'm going to give it more of a chance, but last night I just couldn't. I was like rage reading it, so yeah. And this cat wants food, but he's had an extra meal already today. Yeah, I know, you're too fat to fit round there. Turn around. You're being a pain, aren't you? Yes? Yes, you're being a pain. You are. Pain in the butt. Yeah. Yeah, go watch your birds. Go on, go to the window, go watch your birds. Yeah, let's do some stuff. million extra coats of paint on this wall here to try and finish it off whilst reading this via audiobook. Let's go chat about it. Okay, hi. So yeah, it's literally been 4 hours of painting and listening, and I'm so close to the end. I think I've got about 30 pages left. I think I'm going to call it for tonight. I might listen to it like as I'm falling asleep, to be honest, just because there is so little left. But whilst I'm up on the desk, I don't really want to listen like that. I think I'm going to listen to this because I started it earlier. I actually ended up reading it via Audible. It was on there for free, just because the YouTube editions were really like fuzzy sounding. So I thought I'd check if it was on any of the apps that I've got, and it was on Audible for free, so it hasn't cost me anything to listen on there. And as I started listening, I was only on page 3, and I got to a part that I thought was really like interesting and really thought-provoking, so I wanted to tab it. So I think I'm going to want to have this on hand to tab up as I listen along, so that will be probably done next. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this so far. We are basically at the point of just like concluding the relationship now, I guess is an alright way to put it. But I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoy Sparky, our dragon that we've been following along. I know it's cozy fantasy, but I am a little surprised that we haven't got more in depth into the whole like dragon guild part. It feels like there's like a massive community and like council there, and I don't know, I kept thinking we were going to go into it. Like, I probably should have known we wouldn't because cozy fantasy, but it definitely felt like we would multiple times. I really like both Saf and Aiden. I think they're both easy to follow, likeable characters. There's been a few cringy moments, which, to be fair, is shocking. I was about to say that's not shocking because it's romance, but it is fantasy. So like, you know, I'd say this is probably classed as a cozy fantasy romance. I'm pretty sure that would be like the genre it'd be put in. And I don't know, I don't normally find like fantasy romance cringe, or if I do, it's like so in the world that's been there that I just don't care. It's normally only contemporary romance that I find cringe moments with, so a little shocking there. But overall, really good. I liked how the relationship developed. I liked that it went to friendship first, and it feels like now we're getting, you know, they both know they have feelings for each other. We're setting it up. I feel like we are about to conclude it and make things official, make things done. So I'm excited. I'm going to keep reading later tonight. Next time I check in, I'll probably finish this. Right now, it's definitely more than 3 stars right now. I don't know if it's 4 stars, but I guess I'll have to think about that once I've probably finished it. But it definitely won't be getting less than 3 stars. It might be 4 stars. I don't know. I guess it depends how it ends and how happy I am with the ending. I'm back home. I tried to take some b-roll, but to be honest I kept forgetting to pick my camera up. We went out with Jay's family, who we haven't seen in a little while, so yeah, probably didn't record as much as I could have. But we went on a nice little walk down a river and through her gardens, went to Spoons for some lunch, and then went to a charity shop on the way back to the car, which was very lovely. I have 2 books to talk to you about that I finished, and I have 3 books to talk to you about that I purchased, my Anthem ties. I think I'll do the haul first because I'm most excited about that, but I also have not very much to say. So I picked up Reckless and Powerless. These are books 3 and 4, I think. Yeah, 3 and 4 in the Chestnut Ranch series, I believe. I would definitely like to give the whole cowboy romance genre a try. I know it's really popular at the moment. I have not tried any yet. This comes highly recommended, so I figured I could give it a go. Honestly, I didn't read the back. Probably should have. There's a lot of tropes, a lot of things I don't like. But if I'm going to give the series a try, I'm going to give the whole series a try. So I will now be keeping my eyes out for books 1 and 2 at a cheap price. Then I also grabbed for £2 again, Off to the Races. This is by the same author, a different series, and this is book 1 in the Gold Rush Ranch series. Again, probably should have read the back of it. I don't know, but these I am pretty confident are all in the genre of cowboy romance, so that will be me giving that a good old try. So there we go. I also got 3 toys. I found a sewing pattern online where you take old toys and turn them into a bag, and I want to give that a go. I have a load of toys. I've brought, this makes it up to 7 that I've actually purchased myself, but then I've also been collecting toys from anyone in the family who's been getting rid of them. I probably have a box of about 40 right now. When I went through them and tried to sort them out, they do all need washing, so I haven't sorted them out properly. There were 6 purple toys that I thought, oh, that could make a really cool purple bag. I found 2 purple toys in the charity shop. I think one was £3 and one was £3.50, which is quite expensive, to be honest. Like, when I started this project of looking for toys, I didn't expect them to be this expensive, but as I knew that I was going to definitely do a purple one and I just needed one more toy, I did grab those. And then I also found this blue shiny metallic toy, which looks really, really pretty. And because I've been looking at this toy bag so much and it is so in my algorithm, I've been starting to see other toy bags, and I saw one the other day which doesn't have a proper pattern to it. I'm going to buy the pattern for the big tote bag that I want to do. Like, they actually sell the pattern, you get everything you need, all the instructions and all the templates and stuff, so I will be buying that when I get round to making it. But this was just a video and it was just used one toy to make like a little like shoulder bag, and this was such a nice blue shiny material. I thought maybe that could work for that, I don't know, but I picked it up because it was £3, so I was like, well, might as well. So there we go, there are my toys. I spent more on toys than I did on books, so I feel like that's fairly successful. Let's quickly talk about the books. I am not going to rate this. This is a Letter from Birmingham Jail by Martin Luther King Jr. This is the letter that he wrote when he was in Birmingham Jail, and then in my edition it also had at the back had the 3 dimensions of a complete life. I'm not going to rate this. I'm not giving it a rating. I don't think that's like possible for me to do, which is fine. I can see the importance in it and I can see the points, and I think it was written really cleverly, especially like it's addressing clergymen, and I thought it was done really well. I don't know, I find it difficult to talk about because it's really important, and it's really important to its time. It's really important to getting rid of segregation. It touches on so much and it does it so eloquently, especially the letter from Birmingham Jail part. And I thought it was written amazingly. For me, there were definitely things in there that I can 100% understand and agree with them being used as arguments at this time, talking to these people to make them understand. I just don't necessarily agree with, which really shocked me, because obviously I expected to just agree with all of this. Obviously segregation is bad. Everyone should be treated equally. Everyone should have equal rights. There shouldn't be anything, you know, like the ideal world, everyone would just be seen as people. So I didn't expect to actually not agree with it, but it was very of its time, and personally for me, I don't think that religion should have anything at all to do with law. But I understand why those arguments were being used in this. He was talking to clergymen and making them realise, like, just because the law says one thing, like, your religion is telling you what is right, like, and if it goes against the religion, and the religion is like, I don't want to say it wrong, but essentially I really understand why it's being used here. Yeah, and then the part at the back, which was the 3 dimensions of a complete life, I don't know, I've tabbed a couple of bits in that part. I think I only put 3 tabs in that bit. There was a nice quote. There's a part very interesting and a part where I learnt about him. Except for that, to be honest, it was all very godly. Like, it was literally him preaching. Like, that was what it was. It was a speech that he gave. It was like him preaching to the masses. In the context, I understand it. He sounds like he was a very nice person. I just don't really get the whole religious thing. It was good. I would highly recommend it. I do think, especially the letter from Birmingham Jail part, I do recommend reading it. I think it's a really important read. I think it's a really impactful read, and I think it really puts the struggles that were going on and how they were being fought into a lot of like openness. So yeah, would recommend. Then I also finished last night The Baby Dragon Cafe. When I last checked in, I didn't have very much of this left. I think this is 3.5 stars for me. I did really enjoy it and I would recommend it. It is a really good cozy fantasy romance. I liked it. I liked how it ended. I liked their characters. I liked the communication. Oh, and also this is one, there was no third act breakup, so that's an amazing thing. I hate third act breakups. I just think they're so unnecessary, but there wasn't, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed Dragon, I really enjoyed both our characters. I enjoyed them. I thought they were good people. I thought I understood them and I thought they worked well together. To be honest, I just found the romance a little cringy and it was very, very slow. When you normally say fantasy romance, I think you expect it to be a bit faster, and for them to just be like moving, I'd say maybe this class is a slow burn. Maybe like they definitely do become friends first, so maybe that's like just it. I've only read like 1 or 2 slow burn books, and to be fair, they weren't for me, but like I did enjoy this. It just wasn't a 5-star. It was a 3.5. I really enjoyed it. If the other books do come out in this series, which I'm not sure if they will, I have heard it mentioned that it's going to become a series. I haven't heard anything else. There's no information about any other book to my knowledge. So yeah, but I definitely would read more. I definitely had a good time. I definitely had a fun time. It was cute. It was nice. And yeah, I would recommend if you like cozy fantasy, if you like cozy fantasy romance, this is a really good one to pick up. I would say if you like slow burn as well. Like, I don't know technically that's what it's classed as. I'm not very good at knowing if the tropes are the tropes. But yeah, it was good. It was sweet. It was honest. It was open, and the communication was there. So recommend. I don't know what I'm reading next, honestly. I was gonna start reading Born a Crime next. That is like what I was planning, but we are now at the 8th of Feb and I've only read 2 of the books on my official TBR, and I am thinking maybe I should prioritise one of those, but to be fair, I don't have audiobooks for any of those. So yeah, I think when I want an audiobook, I'll probably start listening to Born a Crime, and when I want to physically read, I'll pick one of the books from my TBR, but I don't know what that'll be yet. But yeah, we've only got one more day. This is only going to be a weekly vlog, so we're halfway through Saturday now. It is 3:20. So I'll see how much more I can read before tomorrow evening when I'm ready for bed. So yeah. Hi. So I'm going to listen to Born a Crime. I started it earlier. I already listened to about 10 minutes and really like the sound of it. So I think that's the way I want to go. I did think I was going to want to read it like physically, or at least have the physical book so I could tab and like note along with it. But to be honest, Trevor Noah narrates it himself and it sounded really good, so I think it's just where I want to go. I think this is what's going to make me like consume the story the best. If I do really enjoy it, maybe I'll go back and like read it again physically and tab anything that I think is particularly important, but I think this is the way to go for now. And then whilst I'm doing that, all of these are on now. So I've got the mirror up and I've got the 2 pictures down here up, but that red square is just not quite there. It still looks a little streaky, so I'm going to hope to do what is hopefully the final coat of that, then probably continue on painting elsewhere, but I'll make a decision as I go. I thought I'd film a little update because I'm about to make a move. Basically it's Sunday, so I don't know how much reading I'll get done. I'm about to go and do a little bit of painting. Again, I think I have three or four areas of brown that need touching up in the office, and then the office will be done except for the railing, which it's technically part of the stairs, so could be classed as like the stair and hallway. I don't know if our class the office is done without that being done, but like everything will be done in there except for that railing if I touch up the brain today. I think it would be nice to get it off the list. It's been on my list of like jobs that need doing at some point for so long, so I'm going to do that, and obviously I'll listen to an audiobook whilst I'm doing that. I do have some updates audiobook wise. I'm trying to balance you there. I've only read like 2 chapters of the Born a Crime one. I'm liking what I'm reading. Like, it's written well, but I am realising how little I knew about Trevor Noah going into this. Like, for me, I picked it up because of the whole, like, when he was born, it was literally a crime for that, and I thought it would go more into that. So far it hasn't, so I am hoping we get there. The camera battery is also flashing. So yeah, I've only read a couple of chapters of that, but I'd like to read more today. And then the other book I ended up reading last night, I ended up reading for hours, and I'm actually going to check now how far into it I am. Oh, pause, did not mean to press play. Did it tell me on here what percentage I am into it? Does everyone tell me that? I thought it did. Okay, yeah, I'm 54% into Off to the Races, the random romance book that I picked up. I don't know how I feel so far, honestly. Like, I'm enjoying the story and the plot. Personally, I'm struggling. I should have realised by the title that it was actually going to be horse racing. I find horse racing like extremely unethical, and like it can't be done good. Like, the care of the horse isn't the priority, and obviously we're following good characters and characters that actually care for the horses in this, but even in the book it's the minority, right? Like, they're aware that not everyone treats the horses like that, even in the book. So I'm struggling a bit with that. I like our female main character. I'm not loving our male main character, to be honest. Like, he just like sexualized the female main character straight away. Like, I didn't know who she was, and just like immediately was like sexualizing her, and it just, I don't like that. Like, it's gross. It's like very like, you are a sexual object to me type of thing. Like, you're not a person. He's got better, like he's opened up a bit. I'm halfway through the book now, but I just still can't get over those first maybe like 5-10 chapters of just like ickiness. I like the actual point of view, I like the setting, I like the horse. The horse is called Dee Dee, and I like that. I will continue reading it at some point, but I don't think I'll be continue reading it today because I'm just not really feeling the vibes. Like, last night when I was reading it I was having a good time, but even as I was reading it I was picking stuff out I wasn't loving, and the more I think about it the more I'm like, oh, I actually really did like many points about this. So yeah, I'm gonna go put the camera on charge because I didn't realise how low battery it was. I'm pointing as if you can see the battery bar flashing, you can't. And I'll check in later to see how much more reading we've got done. Hello, so it's actually Monday, so I'm going to wrap this up. I feel like this has really become my little check-in spot. I did a lot of DIY. The office is a state again, but I really did quite a bit last night. I moved my bookshelf that normally stands in front of that railing and did like the majority of the first coat. It's a long story, but essentially it needs wall paint on before the like proper paint that you'd use for railings that's more long lasting. Because even though the same colour got mixed, it's actually a slightly different colour. So I'm doing wall paint first and then the coats of the actual like proper, I can't remember what it's called, but you know, like the type that you use on like banisters and railings that get lots of wear and tear. So I've got a few patches to do, but the main bit's done and I'm really excited about that. And I've read quite a bit whilst doing it. I don't think that Audible tells me my percentage of the way through a book, or if it does I can't see it, but I'm one chapter away from getting to part 2 of Born a Crime. I have very mixed feelings at the moment, to be honest. I'm finding it very interesting. I'm definitely learning things I didn't know. It's a lot more like jumping around, I guess, than I thought it would be. Like, it's not very linear, like it's not structured from like earliest memories to later on. It's very jumpy. And I feel like because of that, my opinions of things keep changing. And there's been a couple of things that he's like reflected on, but like been like, yeah, obviously that's not right. But then there's been a lot of stuff that's happened that clearly is not okay. And he hasn't reflected on those or commented on them. And I just don't know. I think I've definitely read memoirs by people that like I don't know that much about them. And I've never felt so confused about who they are as a person before. So I'm gonna keep going because I am learning. Like, I know very little about the apartheid. I know very little about, you know, growing up in South Africa. Like, I'm definitely learning things. I don't know, it's not set up and it's not structured how I expected, and I'm a bit concerned about some of the things that aren't being commented on. But apart from that, like, I am having a really like decent time reading it. But except for that, I didn't really read last night, to be honest. So I read like, I don't know, 6 chapters or something, so I'm happy with what I've read, but I mostly just painted. I think that's everything. I think that's all of the check-ins I need to do. I don't think I finished anything else. No, I checked in about the Baby Dragon Cafe, I checked in about Letter from Bone and Gel, checked in about Archangel's War. I'm pretty sure I checked in about the end. I'm very happy. I'm happy with how much I've read. I obviously can now work normally this week. It's almost 5 o'clock on Monday. It's taken me a long time to get set up today and do all my prep. I'm meant to be filming a book tag, which will actually be out before this. It'll be out 1 week before this video, but I need to film that today, and I forgot that I had to prep for a book tag. So I found all the questions, I found the creators, I found all the information I need to like introduce the video. I've had a quick read through the questions, they look okay. I've had a quick look at the questions and decided there's only 2 or 3 that like I'd want to pick up and hold a book for, so I'm just going to insert images for all of them, so I don't need to worry about that. And I've decided to pretty much do it just like as is. Occasionally I'll write bullet points for points I want to make sure I've hit, but I haven't done anything like that, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to film that later tonight. That's it. I think literally I think that's it. It's been a really good reading week. I've read a lot. I've also got a lot of DIY done. Like, the office is now done. Like, obviously it's not done because I've decided to do that, but that could be classed as part of the stairs. The office is done. Once I've done that, I can put the bookshelves back, and I think the office will be done. I think we are considering getting a beanbag chair up here, so when people come around we can like just carry a big beanbag chair down that's not going to ruin the wall, because right now we've got like quite a large chair in the bedroom that we carry down if we need extra chairs, and it often dings against the walls. And obviously as I'm going down the stairs and painting, we want to avoid that, so I think we're thinking about getting a beanbag chair. But like, literally the office is done, it needs nothing doing to it, and that's the first room that this has happened for. All the other rooms, even if they feel done, they've got a few things that need doing to finish them off. So yeah, I'm just feeling really positive and really good. I think reading books whilst getting the little things done has really helped me. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had fun. If you've read any of these books, let me know your opinions on them. If you know you have any books you'd like to recommend me, recommend them too. But that's it from me. Please do the video a like if you liked it, subscribe down below if you want to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.